Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you all right?
Oh, I don't know. I think someone slipped acid in my drink and I just had some crazy freaky dream, but I suppose you know all about that, don't you, Liara? You embrace eternity and all that jazz.
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
There's more to it than that, isn't there? What's really bothering you?
When the Reapers hit, I could hear people screaming in the streets below me. We left a lot of them behind.
There's no way for you to save them all. But I know you're doing everything you can, and you'll get back there in time to help.
I hope you're right.
Don't blame yourself, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
Is it just me, or does she sound and look a lot like, what was that doctor's name in ER? She was in Bend It Like Beckham as well. I forget her name, but she looks and sounds just like her.
Slow down, Specialist Trainer. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I worked in a lab. I never thought I'd be serving on a ship.
Why don't you tell me about the retrofits?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line, quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Trainer has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, Edie.
Oh, wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
Edie's an AI. Fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how... attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination. You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCom.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
They definitely are running scared. But before we move on with Admiral Hackett, I feel like I should mention, hey, Trainer, don't worry about embarrassing yourself in front of Edie there. Trisha Heffer, she's got a beautiful, beautiful voice. Don't worry about it. But yeah, they definitely are running scared. I don't understand their concerns at all. They're useless. But I suppose Paragon Shepard is Paragon.
We did present them with a lot of unknowns. They're feeling threatened and want immediate solutions, not theories.
Theories are all we've got right now. What's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
What about Earth, sir?
We'll just have to hope Anderson and what's left of the Alliance forces can hold out until we've dealt with the enemy.
I understand.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
Okety pokety pokety. Right, that is that done. And now it is time. Oh, it's taken some time, but now we can finally actually get to inspect our new Normandy. I think this is the first game where we have gone through and done this much before we can actually check out the Normandy. I don't know, maybe Mass Effect 2, but anyway, normally this is the sort of thing I leave for Normandy stories, but as always, just like with the last two games, I think I'm going to stick around with you for this first episode of Normandy stories, as I don't know, a little bit of inputs I think is definitely going to be needed, and to see what they've done to the old SR2, now it's back in Alliance custody. For starters, this war room is definitely something that's new. War assets. The people, weapons, armies and fleets that you have accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. So there we go. If you guys want to read everything about these war assets, I will scroll through. Feel free to pause the video and read these at your discretion. Obviously, I'm not going to sit through and read every single one of these because I think you and I will both blow our brains out. But if you guys want to read these, I definitely suggest giving them a read because they're quite interesting and it all pertains to the story, whether it's new information or if it's more just talking about back history and stuff like that. It definitely is something that's worth reading. Just makes the story that much richer, that much more involved. Next, see down the bottom, you've got the total military strength, readiness rating, and effective military strength. And as obviously, as you can see there, the minimum rating, we need to get it way, way, way above that. And we're not going to get it way above that. We're going to max that bad boy out. We are not going into battle until we've got a full armada. And here, theatres of war. Each conflict zone has a readiness rating that reflects its ability to contribute to the final battle. Left unattended, these zones can deteriorate and reduce the overall readiness rating. Now, these things here, they're all 50% at the moment. Like, you've got Inner Council Space, Terminus Systems, Earth Systems Alliance Space, Outer Council Space, and the Attican Traverse. Now, all of these things, they're all at 50% right now. You can only increase these. Here, I'll scroll down and let you read some of those things if you want. You can only make these go above 50% by playing the multiplayer. It's the only way to do it. The more you play the multiplayer, the more these will increase. Obviously, whichever area you're increasing, that'll be the one that will increase, obviously. Sort of self-explanatory, really. The longer you go without playing the multiplayer, that will start decreasing again. Now, I will be playing the multiplayer just Just because why not? I fancy playing that. I haven't played the multiplayer in a long time. And if you max out one of your characters in the multiplayer, you can actually bring them over into the main story. You can't use them as a character, but they become a war asset and they just add up to your total effective strength. So it's worth doing. I definitely will play the multiplayer. I might upload some multiplayer gameplay. I don't know. It depends how good I am at it. We'll definitely see. But let's have a look around. It looks like, as I said, the Normandy definitely wasn't ready when the Reapers hit. I mean, look at all these wires hanging around. Got to say, Cerberus did a better job of building the Normandy, I'm just saying. Although I suppose they did have an unlimited time. So what I'm going to do is, when I first walk around, I'm going to be sort of scouring every nook and cranny, because there are hidden items you can find. Like one right here, my Model Alliance shuttle. Now, for all you guys, you know how much money I dropped buying all my spaceships and my shuttles and everything like that in Mass Effect 2. So if you look around your ship, they have not been lost, they have not been thrown away. Just have a good old browse around your ship and you can definitely pick up all your models you got in the last game. Because I'd hate if I spent that much money and then they just threw them all away. Is this bit ringing any bells to you? It looks like the table that was in the briefing room with the elusive man. But this bit here, if any of you guys recognise, is actually where Mordon Soulless' lab used to be. I miss Mordon.
I can't believe the council won't help. Come on, Sarah. If Thestia was lost and Earth hadn't been touched yet, you can be damn sure we'd be guarding our own borders.
Checkpoints now. Good idea, I guess, since the collectors hit.
Commander, the Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
Will do, Trainer, will do. But let's have a little chat with you first.
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. We're all in this together.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay. Yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
Hey, don't give her that look, Shepard. Dental hygiene is not something to be laughed at. But it looks like... Okay, random guy walking past in the background. That's not creepy. It looks like older specialist trainer here is our new version of Yeoman Kelly Chambers. So, better start sweet talking her if we're going to get to have some dinner, like we did with Kelly in Mass Effect 2. Although it looks like she's a little bit more into the ladies. She hasn't exactly been flirting with Shepard that much.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
Don't worry, trainer. I'm not going to bite your head off if you don't enjoy it.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
Hey, if it means there's less bitch work for Shepard, welcome aboard.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
Yeah, I think I'll leave you to that one there, trainer.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
Carry on, Specialist.
See, she just doesn't have a sign-off line like Kelly Chambers did. It's just not as flirty, but you gotta love the old British accent. Not just because I'm British, it's a nice change of pace. But anyway, speaking of a change of pace, what have they done to my Normandy? Where's the yellow, the white, the black, those nice bright colours? You can barely see Shepard's face in this thing. You've got some questions to answer. Yeah, well answered. At ease. Look at this place, man. They really did leave Earth in a hurry, didn't they? Look, all these pipes laying about. The only lighting we actually have in this place is from the equipment that we're using. Rin, tin,
Commander,
tin.
you've got a new message at your private terminal.
Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to hear. You'll be the next Kelly Chambers yet. We'll make a good yeoman out of you, trainer. Okie pokey. So as you see here, you've got your private, sort of like your training stuff. So if you're new to the Mass Effect series, feel free to look at those. But you don't really need to. It's just telling you stuff you already know. Whew, quite a few messages. So I'm not going to go through and read all these, just like I normally do in Normandy stories. If you want to give these a read, feel free to pause the video and give it a read at your discretion. As I say, I would definitely recommend you go through and read all this stuff. It all pertains to the story, stuff that's happened in past games, stuff that's going to happen later on in this game. I mean, a lot of side quests that we did in Mass Effect 2, you get messages. Like, you don't actually get to meet them in the game, but you get messages from them on this terminal. So I mean, I'd always recommend you pausing the video and just giving these a quick read. I know whenever I played it, I always gave these things a read, and some of the stuff on here was actually quite interesting. So yeah, I'd definitely suggest that. Got a message there from Glyph as well, and this is the DLC Eden Prime. Cerberus has attacked Eden Prime and is now occupying the colony. Alliance forces are stretched too thin right now to attempt to liberate the colony, but we've been doing what we can to covertly aid local resistance. We've learned that Cerberus has uncovered a major Prothean artifact. We don't know what it is, but it appears to be the reason for the attack on the colony. We need you to infiltrate the colony and recover the artifact. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to read them, but that is quite a pivotal mission in this game, so I thought I'd give it a good old read. But as I say, the first time you go around the Normandy, definitely check around every nook and cranny, especially since it's so dark in here. You might not even notice that little red icon pop up. But it's definitely a good idea to do that, because if you dropped a lot of credits buying ships and stuff like I did in Mass Effect 2, you're going to want them back. Well, then maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a bit OCD about it. Who knows?
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
Yeah, well, maybe I should have hung up on them a little bit more. Maybe they'd be a bit more afraid that I'd do it now.
They've spent years denying the threat. You think they'd be prepared now?
I was kind of hoping that maybe they were planning in secret and just not telling you about it because, you know, Cerberus. Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them, you know, for old time's sake.
It does sound appealing. It really does sound appealing. I really wish in Mass Effect 1 I had actually hung up on them. Hell, I don't think I hung up on them once, actually. I might have done the end. I know I definitely hung up on the elusive, man. As long as I hang up on somebody, that's all that matters. I could have swore one of my ships was along here somewhere. You guys hiding them? Oh, only one salute a day, is it? Alright, fair enough. I see how it is. Man, not only did we leave with the ship not being finished there, so I think we, Are they some of my ships? No, not only did we leave with the ship not being finished, I think we left without half the crew as well. Well, well, looks like that's what the Alliance thinks of Jacob. Morden's old room gets turned into a walkway with a table to the war room. Jacob's room gets turned into a pile of boxes. That's what the Alliance clearly thinks of Jacob. Anyway, let's go up to the captain's quarters. Or the captain's cabin. Ripping off my own my own series there. Hiding any of my ships around here? No, my fish! What have they done to my fish? Oh, the Alliance. I know what you're trying to scrub Cerberus from this place, but I'll tell you what, taking my fish, that is just a step too far. Although a working toilet, that's a nice touch. They even took Chewie the hamster. How dare they? How very, very dare they? Alright, let's have a look at Elu around here. As normal, little sound system down there, get some music playing, but I really don't want to be flagged for copyright, so let's not give that one a touch. And you got your armor locker here. Switch between all your different casual sets of stuff, whichever you want Shepard to wear. I don't see why anyone ever makes him wear this sort of thing. I mean, unless their Shepard's a gay stripper. Not that I have anything against gay people or strippers. It's just not really much for a commanding officer, I don't think. But I mean, other than this one, I tend to wear this casual one when he's on the Citadel. But other than that, I think they all look a bit goofy. So I'm just going to stick with that one for now. And to be honest, I've always been a fan with Shepard's normal armor. So I'm not going to do anything to change it or fiddle around with it. I've always been happy with how his armor looks, to be honest with you. But, oh well, looks like for the time being there's not exactly much to do around here. Maybe later. Maybe later. I'm shuddering to think what they've done to the rest of the Normandy. Kind of, a part of me's kind of hoping I'm going to find Grunt hiding around here somewhere, but those hopes aren't exactly that high. Oh, looks like we've got a board here of all the Alliance soldiers, at least all the Alliance soldiers we've lost thus far. There's Ashley Williams up there. Where is he? Charles Presley. Hell, look at that. We even have Richard L. Jenkins, who we lost back on the first mission on the Eden Prime in Mass Effect 1. And then everyone else are just all the people we lost at the start of Mass Effect 2. That's a nice little touch. I like that. I think it's quite good. The observation deck. Oh, looks like they've turned where Kasumi used to sit into a bar. Or is this where Samara used to sit? No, this was where Kasumi used to be, wasn't it? Oh, I definitely like the introduction of the poker table. Shepard weren't really interested in bookshelves. The men's bathroom that Shepard eventually found at the end of Mass Effect 2. Took him long enough. Ah, boom! The Destiny Ascension. That's what Shepard's been looking for. Oh, look, Thane's cup is still sitting there. So not only do they kick Thane out of the Normandy, they even block out his window too. Well, we found the men's bathroom, so the only thing left to do now is... No! Damn the Alliance! What are they doing to me? Oh, either the Alliance or EDI has finally learnt to lock down the women's restroom. Oh, you can gut the Normandy, you can take away my ships, you can take away my fish, hell, you can even take away Chewie. But now you've locked the door to the women's bathroom. Part of me's even actually thinking I might go back to Cerberus the way this is heading. Damn that Alliance. Stopping Shepard from getting his creep on. That was a whole lot of nothing going along in here. Oh, they haven't exactly changed Samara's room that much. Any of my ships around here? Don't think I won't do it. I'm going to scour this entire ship high and low until I find every single one of those ships that I bought in Mass Effect 2. Don't think I won't. Yeah, for the most part, it hasn't changed that much in here. Yeah, it actually looks quite similar to the Mass Effect 2 ship. No crew conversations going on with you two? You're playing a game of Russian roulette? I think I'll just leave you two to it.
Commander?
Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff, bringing me back.
And worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is okay.
The last thing we want is Cerberus flipping that old control switch. Yeah. Definitely don't want them switching that, flipping that switch.
Guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
Yeah, I'm not too certain, but judging on what Dr. Chukwa said just then, I believe even if your fully healed face is like this, if you go Renegade in Mass Effect 3, I believe your scars can actually return, so there's that.
How's our inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
That's why you're a mainstay here on the Normandy, and that's why I made sure we definitely came to your rescue in Mass Effect 2.
You've never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
Agreed.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
Anywho, so the med bay, for the most part, looks exactly the same. Same sort of stuff going on around here. You can reassign power bonuses, or you can reassign your powers completely. So if you want to change that power you gave yourself right at the start where I took Reeve, you can feel free to go and change it. There's that robotic sex bot that took Kaidan down. Again! We put Legion in the AI core for EDI, and now there's a robot who just took a load of Prothean data and took down Kaidan. Where do we put her? In EDI's AI core. Seriously, are we just asking for trouble here? Yeah, but back there, I mean, if you ever want to completely switch around where you've assigned all your points on your powers, or get yourself a new power, back there on those tables, that's where you can do it. You can do it at any point throughout the game. No chef this time around, though. Shame. The food just won't be the same. Speaking of things not being the same, this room just ain't the same without Garrus. Look, it's like they've even left a sniper rifle here, just waiting for him, out of respect. No ships around here. I know that I'm going to be walking around here looking for any of my model ships, and when I'm editing this later, I'm going to find a couple. And then you guys are all going to scream at me, telling me that I've missed it. No reason to come in here. That room's just not the same without Garrus.